Kerala High Court has said that Kerala businessman Boby Chemmanur can be granted bail in the sexual harassment case filed by Malayalam actor Honey Rose. Now the court will release the order by 3:30 p.m. today. Following this, Boby will be free to leave. The Kerala High Court said that Kerala businessmen can be granted bail, and the bail order can be implemented by 3:30 p.m. today. He will be released, following which remember, the government opposed his plea, arguing that Boby Chemmanur had continuously insulted Honey Rose, the actress, and made obscene remarks against her, and asked for him to be denied bail. And any bail to him, the government said, would be seen as a strong societal message. However, the court noted that society had already received this message when the accused was initially remanded, and the court has now given him bail. And the latest, of course, that is coming in as far as that harassment plea of Honey Rose is concerned. The businessman against whom Honey Rose had alleged sexual harassment is now going to be out on bail by today. He has now been granted bail. The businessman Boby Chemmanur has been granted bail. My colleague Varghese is joining us with more details. Varghese, the court is of the view here that any message, if at all, has already been received by the society, and Boby is now granted bail.
Well, the court in fact observed that Boby was immediately sent to remand, and his earlier bail was not in fact considered, as they tried to go into the aspects of the case. So the argument on the part of the prosecution that was represented by the government lawyer was that he had repeatedly made these statements, and therefore a proper message had to be given to the society, to which the judge had replied saying that already that message has been given with Boby being remanded. Now the issue started with Honey Rose in fact filing a complaint against the businessman. First, she in fact put out a post on her Instagram speaking about an individual who was repeatedly in fact stalking her and making comments with regard to her, and this had in fact affected her as well as her family members, and therefore later a case was filed against Boby Chemmanur. Now Boby Chemmanur is a well-known businessman with a jewelry that in fact spans for across the length and breadth of Kerala, as well as has international branches. He also has a huge resort chain called Oxygen in Wayanad, and he was in fact taken into custody by the police from one of his resorts in Wayanad run by Oxygen, and later he was produced before the court, and Boby had in fact initially moved with regard to the bail application plea, and it was earlier rejected, and therefore the HC in fact took up the case today as well, and that is when he was initially sent to remand, and today the court said that that bail can be granted to him. Meanwhile, there has been a whole lot of fights that have been taking place by netizens. There's a huge debate that is taking place among the netizens online, where they've been supporting Boby Chemmanur for the situation that has emerged, and those who have been supporting actor Honey Rose. Now the government has it is said that it has Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan did speak to Honey Rose and said that all support would be given to the actress while it pursues this particular case. And right now, with Boby Chemmanur coming out, this case will now be in the realm of the courts, where it will be decided as whether those kind of statements can be made, what can be constituted as a sexually colored remark. Boby Chemmanur said that he had not made any remarks that had in fact hurt the actress, but if the actress was hurt, he was in fact apologetic about it. But later he went on to say that the actor did not raise the issue early, but only later did the issue come out. However, the actress did say that she did not, in fact, take it up much, but later when the harassment became perpetual, that is when she decided, after having a meeting with her family, to go ahead with the case.
All right, that of course is the latest coming in as far as that sexual harassment case is concerned. We're given to understand Boby Chemmanur has now been granted a bail. If Varghese is still with us, Varghese, we now know that this case dates back to when Honey Rose was in fact invited by Boby Chemmanur for the opening of one of their showrooms, post which, Honey Rose says that some remarks were made against her that she did not like, but then the harassment became perpetual on social media. Run us through the background of the case.
This particular incident is referred to an opening of a jewelry store that happened in Kerala, and Boby Chemmanur is alleged to have made reference to Honey Rose in a sexually colored manner, and this is something that persisted after that particular incident. And Honey Rose claims that she tried to distance herself from the businessman as well as from the company that is associated with him. But however, she claimed that Boby Chemmanur had been repeatedly making comments about her and had been also using social media platforms to in fact make aspersions against her, and that is when she decided that enough was enough and that some kind of an action should be taken, and that is why she went ahead with the complaint. And once the complaint was lodged, initially Boby Chemmanur did come out and say that he did not make any of those comments in a manner that would hurt her sentiment, but if it was hurt, he was apologetic about it. But later, as the possibility of an arrest was in fact put in place, Boby Chemmanur tried to escape to Wayanad, and from there it was speculated that he would be escaping to Bengaluru. That is when the police in fact zeroed in on him and detained him first, and then his arrest was recorded.
All right, and that arrest, since he was arrested, we are given to understand he will be granted a bail today, with court observing that a precedent has been set in the matter, with society made aware of what sexual harassment in verbal, physical or any form will bring to you by the way of law.